3, 2, 1. It's all for real. iCarly just got on Netflix, so
we've been watching that.
Welcome.
Hit the subscribe button. Welcome to our video.
He's Jake.
This is Kate. 5 tips on going small and staying tidy.
Here we go. So, as many of you possibly know, we live in a tiny house that he built. Well, I helped a little. You see me in the first building thing. I have always wanted to be more of a minimalist because I think fast consumerism, where it's just like getting that, buying that, needing this, spending all my money on that, is like not something I want to continue as a habit. Getting rid of a lot of stuff and figuring out how to live more minimalistically and more simply is something that I'm interested in. A lot of people will be like, how do you live in a tiny house? I couldn't do it with all my stuff. Well, we had so much stuff too. And we only lived in an apartment.
Oh my gosh.
We threw away like 10 trash bags.
It was 2 truck bed fulls, which I have a small truck bed, but 2 truck bed fulls of stuff in a 1-bedroom apartment. Tip number 1, don't ask, what do I get rid of? Ask, what do I keep?
This one we definitely lived by, and it helped us get 2 truck loads out of our house.
Yeah. Watch the TV show Hoarders and look how they do it. They say, okay, first go through, get rid of everything you don't need. Then they say, okay, now this is the pile that we're actually trying to dwindle down. So that's something we had to do. Like we got rid of like the clear, this is ridiculous that we even have this. But then after that, we were like, all right, now let's actually think about the fact that we're going to be living in a very small space. So let's crunch and crunch and crunch down even more.
Not all of it was because we were going to live in a tiny house. A lot of it was I didn't want to move with it. I did not want to carry those boxes of useless things down the 2 flights of stairs. So I literally just threw away so many things. Tip number 2, hide things in plain sight, which we have done a lot with the tiny house. Only because we have looked up a lot of tiny house stuff have we known to do it this way. Under this chase that Jacob is sitting on, I know a Jacob chase. That's so funny. We have all of our board games, a pillow, electronic stuff. Yeah, like a bunch of stuff, and you would never know.
Tip number 3, this is my favorite tip. If it doesn't have 2 uses, how useful is it?
Ooh, good one.
Okay.
Single-use items, get rid of them unless you need them.
This is my absolute favorite multi-use item in our house. Our couch. Our couch is from Wayfair. It is an L-shaped couch, and then there's this chase which flips up and has a bunch of storage underneath it. We just talked about that. But then there's also a pull-out portion that flips open, and the couch becomes a queen-size sleeping bed. Now we have a little guest area. That's 3 uses in something that most people are just getting 1 use out of.
Tip number 4, make it an aesthetic, and then it will become a habit. I promise you that if you can flip a switch in your brain about consumerism, you don't need it, how you want things to look is like, I don't even want it, it will help you be tidy. Like, I think that not hanging up a bunch of stuff on walls and not having a ton of stuff on your shelves is a good look. It's clean. It's very useful. It's so practical because it's like you put your stuff on a shelf and you actually take something off the shelf because you actually use it instead of it's just sitting there collecting dust. It looks so pretty to have a not cluttered house. Even pretty clutter to me is like clutter.
Tip number 5. This is what you guys really stayed here for, is this 5th tip. It's the most important one. Let living small actually let you live big.
Here's the thing. What we have decided, and also because it goes with the last tip of like wanting to live minimally and having that as an aesthetic, right? So we already don't want a ton of things. If we live small and like don't have a lot of things, then the things that we do have will be bigger purchases, but they will be nice and things we actually want. I could go to TJ Maxx and buy that $3 candle, the $5 whatever, the $10 pillow, the something blanket, I've been there. I love it. I want it too. At the end of the day, you could leave Target with $100 and like a bunch of cheaper stuff, right? Or you could leave Target with $100 and a really nice addition to your house.
Here's a couple examples that I can give of things that we have either bought that were more expensive or were a better value or something like that you'd have to like save up or whatever for. We have a KitchenAid, right? We got our KitchenAid for $25 off of like a estate sale kind of thing. But to most people, they have to save up for a long time for a KitchenAid. I was not going to go and buy some off-brand one, and not because they're not good, but because I knew that KitchenAids are proven to last long. So I just wanted the one that was going to work the best for the longest time. And I think that we're going to have that for forever.
We love it.
I can give one more example. There was the video, the one that I did buying everything you wanted, right? We bought that candle. There's a candle sitting right there. And you can watch the video if you want to see the candle.
It's a wood wick candle.
It's like a $25 candle, which I remember I was like, $25 for a candle? Guess what? It's been like a year and we still have the candle and it's probably only half burnt. And not
And we
because we
love
don't
it.
use candles, but because it's just a good quality candle and it's lasted. And it's also a really good smelling candle. So that's just an example, a couple examples of if you wait and instead of spending all those little purchases on stupid things, you actually spend more money on the nicer things that'll last you longer, it's gonna pay off in the end.
Thanks for watching our 5 tips on going small and staying tidy. It has been super fun just learning through the journey of minimalism, and that's kind of what we have done with our tiny house.
If you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more just like it, hit that subscribe button. The little bell right next to it will make sure that you never miss one of our videos. Leave a comment down below about what you're doing in your life to go minimalist. See you guys.
Bye.